What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I just realized I didn't have my I had my webcam turned off, my mic muted. Um, had to do some quick adjustments on the fly there. I hope everybody had a good day today. Pretty fruitful day for myself. Um, if you were live in Keenan's Discord, calls and puts, or if you were in the live trading session with Shorty and myself, I didn't really speak very much, but Shorty was calling the levels back to back. But Keenan's, I was calling out levels there. We basically negated this. I called out short, I think here on this retest. I could be wrong. And then I gave the level to exit and just kept calling levels. I was saying we were going to 561, and we actually like smashed through that. I was kind of surprised. Still looking pretty bearish all in all, if you ask me. Yeah, but so for people that were live in Keenan's, I mean, you saw it, or not live, but for people that were in Keenan's chat, you saw it live. Like, I was just calling out stuff left, right, up, and down. So yeah, super good day. What's up, Gigi? What's up, Raven? What's up, Jack? Jack, you need to change your name to 350. Don't know why we have to keep talking about this, but yeah. What's up, Alex? What's up, Corey? What's up, David Ryan? What's up, Triple G? What's up, Jeeksters? What's up, Frederick? What's up, Baldhead? So let's look really quick. I know like one of these option trades that I gave out yesterday didn't hit because we opened below the level. Actually, both opened below, but one ended up retracing. It's a bummer because this would have hit all of our levels, right? But we gapped down, so this one was invalid. Sorry, I'm just updating my little journal thing here. And then, excuse me, Dash actually played out like sweet. We have to go to like a really low time frame to see this, but this opening candle, or was it the open? Yeah, was like so fast all the way down to our second trim. Or no, actually, sorry, to our closed puts level. And then we got a massive bounce, basically like re-triggered, chopped a bit, and then finally broke down and came pretty close to the level that I said they wanted if we were swing trading, which is pretty wild for one day. But again, my target was here to get out of the day trade. Hopefully you guys listened because we ended up retracing and going all the way back. Anyway, this one was a big win. Big win for the team. What's up, Zoe? What's up, One Peary? I already said hi to Jeeksters. You're saying hi again. What's up, Trading Dan? What's up, Say It Straight? Thank you, Jermon. Excuse me. Again, I talked about this yesterday, but I'm going to apologize in advance. I have this cough. I'm going to be coughing throughout the video. And it comes so quickly, I don't have time to like mute my mic, so it is what it is. I apologize in advance. I'm going to be coughing throughout the video. I'll do my best to turn my head and not cough directly into the mic, but it's going to be what it's going to be. Fizzy water probably is not the smartest idea when your throat's irritated. And also, yesterday we talked about PLTR, right? Somebody asked me to look at it, and I said this here was our retest to enter puts. If you listened, right out the gate, that would have paid. I was saying they want here next 72.66. Unfortunately, if you didn't get in yesterday before the close, you missed, a part of this gap. But yeah, this was a good entry yesterday, or today, whatever, yesterday. It played out like I kind of said it would. I don't remember what else we talked about. What's up, Milksta? Quan, yeah, ginger and turmeric, yeah. Except I can't. That combination is rough. All right, let's look at SPY. I'm actually not going to start here. We want to look at the big time frame because this is really where we're at. If you guys remember yesterday, well, I guess this is not quite perfect, but whatever. This was our target. 560 and 58 cents. And so if you guys remember, we were talking about this. We've been talking about this for a little while. We've been trading in this range for, well, if we go to a smaller time frame, it's a little bit easier to see. But we've been trading in here for 167 days, I want to say. I always forget. Oh, sorry, 117 days, I think it was. Close enough. Too long. And along the way in here, either me or Shorty had been calling out shorts. Mostly like Fridays, we would grab puts, swing them overnight, and get paid on Monday. Basically just over and over and over and over again. What's up, Davian? Hopefully I said your name right. But so when you have a range like this, it's going to be a measured move. I know I talked about this yesterday, but for people that didn't see it, basically you draw a box around the range that you're trading in. And if you lose the bottom of that box, then the measured move would be from there down. I guess this line is slightly off, but whatever. It's close enough. So my target was right, that I had moved. So we were targeting 560 and whatever this is, I don't know, 75 cents, something like that. We'll just say 560 is close enough. And we hit that today, right? Them losing this is pretty sketch. The fact that at the very end of the day, they were able to regain it and close back inside this box is probably good for like a bullish scenario. But what's going to be really key is where we open tomorrow, right? And so, kind of everything that we've been talking about, losing this, well, bulls needed to hold this level, right? And we kind of peeked through it, came back inside, and then lost it, retested it, sold off, retested it again, sold off more. And then we were saying losing this level was good for bears. And when we retested the bottom of this, I don't know if you guys can see this here, but let me erase this circle. When we broke below and got this retest here, that was it, done deal. We gapped down, hit the bottom of our box. It was all over. So again, from here, you would kind of expect things to be a little bullish. And if there is more downside, you expect like, a little bit of a relief bounce and then sell off. But right now, I mean, we're at a pretty huge level, pretty pivotal level as far as SPY is concerned. And you just kind of want to look at the big picture. Today, I always like to zoom out at the end of a day, look at the volume, look at the candle, see how things are looking. Again, today, pretty significant volume, red volume. And at the end of the day, we got that buying tail. So again, looking semi-decent for a bullish scenario here for, like a little relief bounce before more selling. Sorry, what was I going to say? Excuse me. I'm going to delete this box. Now that we've explained, what this move is. But, oh, there was one other thing I wanted to point out. This did not mean to do that. So, this has always been a massive level, right? I'm going to delete this white line. I don't think I had it marked as the 2024. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but like, let me delete this really quick. Actually, let me go backwards and let me remove that 2024. I don't know if you guys remember, but yesterday I literally just drew this white line based on support resistance flip. And now if we paste the 2024 value area high, it's literally the same level. I did not know that when I was drawing that line. But basically what I'm just trying to show you guys is like, when you find those support resistance flips, on higher time frames, I think I was originally looking at like 30 minutes when I found that one. I could be wrong. It might have been daily. I'm not sure. But you're able to find like pretty key levels without even using any indicators or anything like that. Once you learn how to read candlesticks and read charts. So this 2024 value area high has been a pretty key level for a while, where before we would like peak above it, lose it, peak back above it, lose it, finally broke above, and then from there we just rocketed, right? Pretty massive move up, almost 100 points from here to the top. And today we finally lost it, but we didn't lose it for long, and then we were able to regain it and come back inside. This is huge. If we're able to lose this, actually, sorry, let me go back to this chart here. Just because I don't want to draw things on that other chart that I'll just have to erase. But if we're able to lose this, get our retest, then we're set up for a yearly, I think the yearly 80% rule. I could be wrong. You just kind of see. I guess I need the value area low. Again, another white line I drew yesterday, lining up pretty closely with the 2024 value area low. Let's also just grab the POC here. So yeah, so we haven't done the 80% rule yet because we never spent 45 minutes outside and then came back inside. And so now we've spent 45 minutes or more above, hundreds of days above. And now if we come back inside and retest this, then there's an 80% chance that we're doing this. People don't believe me, when I'm talking about SPY like 475. I I mean, I think 480, looking at this, is like a better target. Um, but like this is totally doable. 363. Um, so just stuff to keep in mind. You know, when I'm looking at this chart here, I'm really just looking at the big picture. I don't want a bunch of lines and drawings and whatever else. Um, so that when I go to my lower time frame SPY chart, you know, like I have an idea of what I'm looking at, you know, on a bigger picture, bigger time frame. And then from there, we figure out what we're looking at for the next day, you know. Um, um, what's up, my net elevation? I'm doing all right. How are you? Oh, nice, Davian. Thank you, my net elevation. This would not be the place to buy some long-term puts, IRS. Um, and I think I need to ban you from my channel. I'm just joking. Your name is scary, bro. What's up, Raul? What's up, Chase? Well, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Chef? No problem, brother. Runts, you better start practicing, bro. And let's just call it 480, because that's the level that I'm targeting if what I just talked about happens. If we break our 2024 value area low, or sorry, 2024 value area high, spend 15 minutes inside, retest the top, then there's an 80% chance that we're going to 480.65. So let's just call it 480.65. Okay. But yeah, start practicing your backflip. Raul, somebody asked that yesterday, or I think it might have been today in Keenan's Discord. I don't think CPI is gonna save the market. I don't think CPI is gonna be strong. Hey, what's up, Oliver? How you doing? Yeah, 363 is recession for sure. But we're way overdue. Really, just way overdue. None of this is surprising to me. Like, we were calling shorts and puts over and over at the top, and selling covered calls. Like, my mentor took 220 puts on Tesla. Like, most people would probably think he's insane. I don't remember the exact levels, but he called out puts, like, I want to say right around here on Tesla. And he called out 220 puts. So he's almost in the money. Or is he in the money? Close. Did it hit 220? It literally hit 220 to a T. So I don't remember the time frame even. Like, it was like a couple months out, I think. 220 puts on Tesla, and he literally today just hit his price target. I think he actually wants lower before he closes it, but he literally was spot on. And I mean, you just think about how much a contract like this must pay. Like, calling out 220 puts at $450. Insanity. I don't know. Just show me one other person that's doing that stuff, and I'll learn how to do a backflip. So let's get rid of our levels. This is... I'm hoping this is M, because that's sick. I want that to be the M period. Actually, I still want that level on there. I'm doing things a little bit reverse right now. I really want to know if this is our M period. That would be insane. Oh, it's not. It's the L. That's a bummer. Yeah, so this is actually pretty bullish. Sorry. Um, Normally when we make like a new lower low on the L period, we'll have a spike, and we don't in this case. A little double distribution. All right, I'm going to be interested in a couple levels tomorrow. Um, Mostly thinking we're going to be pretty bullish. I don't think this is the place where we reverse, but I just feel like there is a chance. Um, this would be where I'm really interested in getting into puts. Even if we break above this, this is such a strong level up here um, that I would be willing to go with like a bigger play here and just kind of take my chances. Like, let's just say this is my entry. Something like this, or you could even just target previous day value area low. Something like this. For me, this is less likely, but if we come to here, I'll be looking at calls. I think tomorrow is going to be another day that's important for me to just assess things live as they're happening. But I will try my best to be active in the discords and call things out as I see them. Let's take a look at our news really quick. This is going to be huge. So before the market opens, or wait, is this after the market opens? No, this is before the market opens. It's Eastern time, so it's getting me confused. Um, so Raul, like the last time I live traded on YouTube, um, I actually didn't realize it, but my mic was muted. Um, that's gonna sound stupid, but my mentor was calling out so many levels that you didn't even need to hear my mic anyway. I mean, I did call out some things that would have been, um, what's it called? Like most people would say were like a valuable contribution to what he was saying. But generally, when me and my mentor trade together, we're generally like calling out basically the same thing, but just like he'll be calling out ES and I call out NQ levels. But we're both pretty much always like looking to be short right around the same level, and we're both pretty much always looking to be long right around the same level. Every once in a while, we'll be contradicting each other, and when that happens, I'm generally wrong. So, the last time I live traded was 11 days ago.
I stand right now at 90.
And I'll just post the link for it. I mean, you can rewatch it, like, if you're interested in seeing if we actually know what we're talking about. So that's my mentor. Or, again, both of us were trading live, but my mic was muted, so you guys couldn't hear me, but people in Discord could hear me. My mic was muted in my streaming software for YouTube, and I didn't realize it. But again, like I said, doesn't really matter. So we don't live trade a ton, at least on YouTube. Sorry, we live trade in his Discord. I'm gonna post another link because I mean every once in a while we do trade live on YouTube, but mostly we just do it live in the Discord every day, pretty much. So there's another link to another live trading session that was like 4 months ago. Prior to that, it looks like the last live trading session was 2 years ago. So, or actually, no, these are not in order. That's weird. So, like, we live traded like 11 days ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago again. So, like, there must have been two different streams, like, fairly close to each other. We live traded 2 years ago, 3 months ago, 11 days ago, like I already said, a year ago, 2 years ago, another one 2 years ago. So we don't do it a ton, but, you know, you can basically go to my channel, and click on the search and type in live trading, and some of them come up as live charting, but like live trading here, live trading here, live trading here, live trading there, live trading here. And that's one way, you know, like to figure out like the scammers from the real traders is watch people trade live. Scammers can't trade live, and they'll start making excuses as to why they're having a bad trading session. And then when they're offline, they'll show like these huge wins. And all it is like they'll just use prop firms on accounts that are eval accounts. And, you know, like anybody can get lucky, you know, grab a prop firm, way over position, get lucky, and, you know, show everybody like a 10K win on one trade. But what then they don't show you is all the losses that happen after that. And so they'll just, you know, they'll just start only showing their winners. And then they act like they have this 100% win rate, which just is not possible. Anytime anybody acts like they have a 100% win rate, then you know they're absolutely full of shite. There you go, Nora. That's the link to Shorty's Discord. I don't know who's talking about loading $600 calls for Tesla, but it's not me. Tesla has more downside. Yeah. Odyssey Flights, I don't remember if I said hi to you or not, but if I didn't, hello. If I did, then hello again. What's up, Splon Ridge Runner? That's awesome. When will I trade live talk on YouTube? Jay's trade? I'm not really understanding the question. I've traded live and like me myself talking with my mic not muted. I've done it, I don't know, enough times to prove that I'm not full of crap. But I'm not really doing it to prove anything. When I trade live, it's more of a try to help people see how we trade. I think when you see like a pro trader trade, it can be pretty eye-opening. You know, like we'll call out. We were doing it today on ES, like saying short from here, closing at this spot, and literally right where we say to close is where the stock will start bouncing. And a good pro trader will, you know, they'll be in short from one point to the next, and when they close their short, they'll flip to long, and so on and so forth. And so when I do it, it's more just to show people like this is kind of what you want to strive for, and also to take like the intimidation factor out of it, because a lot of people will struggle with you know, like trusting their levels or whatever else. And when you see somebody do it live and they can flip flop from shorts to longs or longs to shorts or calls to puts and puts to calls and whatever else, like it can be pretty eye-opening for people. And so that's the reason that I will trade live, is to just kind of show people what's up, kind of thing. As far as trading live, I almost exclusively do it in Shorty's Discord. And I'm even kind of hesitant to talk about this because, I mean, at least for people that have been here for a long time, you know, I don't really talk about his Discord very much. And the reason being is like the whole point of this YouTube is to kind of show that you can do this without paying for courses or without paying for YouTubes without paying for Discords and whatever else. But if you guys know like the backstory between me and Shorty, then you would know that he mentored me for free. And when he was mentoring me, he was talking about wanting to open up a Discord to actually like really teach people how to become traders and teach people how to become good traders. And he asked me if I would be willing to help him. And I'm like, absolutely. Like, I mean, I would literally follow that man off of a cliff. Like, I'm not joking. He's done so much for me and my family. And I mean, more than I can ever express here, but just on a personal level, on a professional level, he's helped me out with my kids. Just, you know, like, he knows I love beer. He'll randomly, like, send me cases of beer. And when I say cases of beer, I'm not talking about like, you know, like a 12-pack. Like, he sent me a box of beer that I think was like right around $350 for the box. When he found out my wife was pregnant, he sent us a Duna stroller. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. So like no questions asked. Or, I mean, I didn't even ask, but this shows up at my door. Like when he found out that my wife was pregnant. This stroller's been a lifesaver. Um, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it literally like the wheels fold up into it, and then it just goes into like this little dock that stays in your car. So like you don't have to. I mean, I don't know. Um, but my other kids are older, and we used to have to take the, like the car seat part off of the wheels, and put the car seat part into the car. And if you had like an old school one, like you'd actually have to seat belt it in every time, and then you'd have to put the wheels in the trunk. Like this thing is just nuts. Like even when I go to like what's it called? Like I go to um, a restaurant, and they'll be like, "Oh, like you have to leave your stroller out here." Because it, or leave like the wheel part. They're thinking that like the, this part separates from the wheels, and they're like, oh, you need to leave the wheels over here, and then, you can put the car seat part on the bench. And I'm like, yeah, no, it all folds up. And they're like, no, 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 like you have to leave the wheels here. And I'm like, yeah, you're not listening to me. The whole thing folds up, like it doesn't separate. And they still just don't get it. So I have to like actually fold it up and show them, and they're like, oh, whoa. Like this thing is nuts. But anyway, like found out my wife was pregnant, freaking just shows up at my door. Like he finds out it's my wife's birthday, he'll Venmo me money to take her out to dinner. Just like stuff like that. Like just an amazing person. And so anyway, when he asked me like, hey, would you help out with the Discord? I'm like, yeah, 100%. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is like me going live trading in the Discord is like my way of repaying him for what he's done for me, um, in every aspect of my life, like taking me under his wing and teaching me, to become the trader that I am right now. Like I don't feel like there's anything that I could ever do to actually fully repay him, and so I feel like I have like a duty, I guess, to trade live in his Discord and not do it for free on YouTube, if that makes sense. But I also don't promote it like, hey, if you want, if you want to see us trading live, join the Discord. Um, but yeah, so that's what it is. But so every once in a while I'll go live and trade on YouTube. And again, it's like when I do it, it's to show people like this is how you want to trade. Because I remember for me, like the first time I saw Shorty trade live was just like absolutely eye-opening to me, like how he flip-flops between calls and puts and shorts and longs and whatever else. Um, so yeah, let me read through the chat. Heavies, like the whole Discord mostly trades futures. We'll take we'll trade options, but it's mostly like swing trades. And they're generally like huge moves. Like we'll recognize, like a 10-15 point drop, on SPY or whatever, and we'll swing trade it and catch that dump or whatever it is. Yeah, but for the most part, when we're day trading, it's going to be futures. But with that said, I mean, people should be trading futures like way easier than trading options. Yeah, Jack, exactly. Buy high, sell low. Not just on Tesla, that's on everything. Joseph, I need to do that. Yes, sorry. Ugh. I guess the biggest thing with like releasing a video on setting up Top Step, I also want to show how to place orders and move your orders around. And I always forget to record my screen when I'm trading. And so like every time I even have time to like think about making a video on my Top Step setup, and it's actually not Top Step, it would be Quant Tower. But every time I even think about making a video, I'm like, shoot, I need to record myself trading so I can actually show you guys like, what I'm doing. Oh, Jays, I don't have like a set date. I just like, as far as trading live on YouTube, I'll just kind of get a wild hair at my ass and I'll be like, okay, today I'm going to trade live. Hey, what's up, Scott Dog? Roberto, to what you're saying, after you've been trading for a while, you'll start to recognize that, like, you'll notice like a big move coming on a stock, and then randomly some kind of news will come out that correlates with what you were seeing, that will cause the stock to react the way that you saw based on your technical analysis. It's really weird, but it's pretty predictable. So like, Shorty recognized that selling opportunity on Tesla, and then news comes out, whatever else, and Elon starts acting like a jackass on TV, um, and the rest is history. One Piri. So if Oliver's here right now, I don't know if he's in the Discord. I don't know if you want to hop in the Discord chat really quick, Oliver, and help talk about this with One Piri. But he's saying he finds it super hard to follow the live trading. Too early for me. Footprints messes with my head. I agree with you. So like, if Oliver speaks up, he'll tell you like, I told him for the first couple of months to just focus on volume profile, and then also like mix in TPO, poor highs, poor lows, single prints, and spikes. But to just focus really on volume profile for like 2 months or 3 months, and one trade a day for 6 months, journal all of the trades, all the rest of the information, but the key is to just focus on volume profile for a few months, and also TPO, and just ignore footprints like that. You want to learn later and then add that as a confluence to your trades. But first you want to get locked down trading just off of volume profile. So that's what I would recommend. And if Oliver feels like speaking up, he'll also tell you that I told him to just not join the live trading sessions, because, like when you think you're seeing a move and somebody else is calling out something completely different, it's going to mess with what you thought you were seeing. And you're going to start questioning whether or not, you're right or whatever else. And it's way better. And this would apply to everybody. If you're having trouble trusting your levels, don't be in a Discord when you're trading. I don't know, whatever, shut it down. Don't be in a live chat. Don't be looking at text, because people randomly be like, oh, I'm in calls here, and you're in puts, and you're like, oh shoot, are they right or am I right? Should I just close it here? And really, like, you just have to get rid of all the noise and just focus on your levels, focus on your trades. And if you do one trade a day for 6 months, then you'll get to a point where, and when I say one trade a day for 6 months, you need to either let your stop loss hit or your take profit hit, and nothing in between. No trailing your stop loss. And once you've done that for 6 months, you'll get to a point where you're just so deadly accurate that at that point you can join live trading sessions. You can join, like conversations where people are short and long and whatever else. And it's not going to affect you because you've become such a sniper with your trades that you're good. But as you're learning and growing, you don't need all that noise. It's just going to mess with you. Scott Dog, I don't even think I looked at NQ today. But that would make sense. Yeah, it's deadly. What was the high to the low? $632 points. And then we closed I don't know if this is exactly the close, but from low to like the high before the close, 353 points. Where's the actual close? $435 points. Yeah, that's crazy. That is nuts. Let me finish reading through the chat here. Yeah, Oliver said Shorty's goated. Yep, what Dominic just said. Yeah, Almighty Beardman. I agree with that. Yeah, Dominic. Are you... Sorry, Dominic, are you in Shorty's Discord? It sounds like you are. Hold my beer. Yeah, that... And Bradley, that stroller is literally the Porsche of all strollers. Might Elevation, he'll do, like, once a year, he'll offer the lifetime memberships. But you wouldn't know about it unless you're a member of the Discord when he offers it. But he doesn't do it very often. Well, what I say I started paying attention to before and after I watched him trade live, I was just more like, I think before I saw him, you know, like just flipping, you know, back and forth, calls, puts, whatever, long shorts, blah, 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 blah. I was more like, I don't even really know how to explain it, but just kind of like I would basically like, I would take a trade, and even then, like I was pretty good at calling the bottoms and the tops. And let's just say like at the bottom, I got in long, right? And then I know my exit, and where I exit the trade, we would generally reject and go down, but I wouldn't flip to short, right? So I think that was the biggest thing that changed for me, was after watching him, I became more trusting of myself, I guess, and like what I'm seeing, and recognizing that if I feel like I should be closing my longs, then it's probably a good spot to be in short, right? Splon Ridge Runner, yes, those books are great. You also really need to read Volume Profile by Trader Dale. Like, the books that you're reading are both really important. And then also Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Like, those 4 books are like pretty much a must as far as I'm concerned for anybody that's trying to become a trader. Like, those books are a must read. And then after that, like, you also want to read Wyckoff 2.0. Another great book is like The Best Loser Wins. Sorry, my dog's being a spaz. Hey! Dude, Toby, stop. I'm like trying to figure out if I need to kick him out of my room. Sherry, I have videos on my channel. Let me find it for you. But I will say, you know, YouTube has a pretty good search feature. Like, if you just go to the person's channel that you're interested in and type in, like, a keyword, you can generally find what you're looking for. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill my dog. I'll be right back. Get out! Get out! Go! All right. Sorry. Don't play. Okay, the volume's turned off. So this video here will answer your questions on futures, or should answer most of them. Those are good books as well, Dominic. Yeah. Brandon, I don't really have levels for Tesla here. I'm not bullish on it, I can tell you that. Let me just look at it really quick. This is old. So this is very doable. Yeah, I would start getting bullish, I think, on Tesla through here. This could also be a possibility here. Where was I? But yeah, I'm not, I would really want 67, or I should say 167 to 180. But it wouldn't be terrible, like, if you're wanting to get shares to start DCAing here. But really, like, I would save most of my money to get in here. We might even come lower. This is possible too. I think we're pretty overdue for a recession, and like, it wouldn't surprise me if we hit like 138-ish or even lower. I don't like to give, levels like this because people start thinking you're crazy. But yeah. Depending on what happens, like, this wouldn't surprise me either. So it's just way too early for me to even start thinking bullish. I have to see where things go. I don't know. There's just a lot to look at. Oh, look at that. Close cloud, close cloud. So if you're not familiar with our clouds, like this, it's just no mistake, like, where I'm drawing levels. Like, we have a closed monthly bottom here. And basically with our clouds, if they're closed, it basically just means that price can't go through them unless there's some major news event. And we happen to be closed right around 144, 138. The bottom of it is actually, sorry, it's literally closed right at like 136, 137. And the bottom of this cloud is 99. And then our next closed cloud is down here, 64 to $10.82. So just so you guys understand how these clouds work, I've talked about this a few times, but when they're closed, so like the monthly cloud can open once a month. It can't just open randomly at any time. A quarterly cloud can only open or close once a quarter. So these are massive. Like when they're closed, they generally get respected. Sometimes news will crush that. Like this is when Trump got elected, so that's what that is, and we like smashed through this closed cloud. But again, it takes a major news event generally for a closed cloud to be broken. I've won huge bets based on clouds being closed and people thinking that stocks were going to go to a certain price, and I'm like, it's not possible without a news event, because like there was a closed cloud and they didn't believe me and I won. Anyway, let me finish looking through the chat here. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Bradley. Jack, yeah, I mean, who doesn't mess around with penny stocks and then you realize, like, this is not it, right? I think a lot of people will fall into that, like, penny stocks is like a quick, cheap, easy way to make money. And for beginning traders, like, you think, hey, I don't have a lot of capital, so if I can hit a home run on a penny stock, like that could build capital for me to then trade with, on like other companies. And so I think everybody kind of falls into that phase in their trading journey. Yeah. Whoa, the chat is crazy today. I'm trying to read through everything. Yeah, so what Oliver just said. Volume profile is the first puzzle piece to trading. He also said important to listen to yourself and play your levels. I haven't looked at Oliver's log recently. Maybe we should do that. I'm hoping it looks good. You haven't been updating this, right? I feel like you haven't been updating this, Oliver. All right, there's nothing for me to show. It's... Okay. Back to the chat. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just like quickly reading through the chat. If there's anything that I see that requires a reply, I'll reply to you guys. Brandon, I've never really traded with margin. On futures, like, there's not very many people that can afford to trade without margin. So, like, for example, if we look at just ES, for example, like, and it's on discount right now, but basically what you do is every 25-cent move on ES is $12.50, right? So if we take 12.50 multiplied by 4, it's going to give us $50 multiplied by, or sorry, multiplied by 5573. So right now you need $278,000 to buy one contract of ES without margin. And before, it used to be like $350,000 for one contract, and right now, like I said, it's on sale. So most people trading futures are going to be trading on margin. Hopefully that answers your questions. Jason, so the way that I approach it is probably not the way that you approach it. I'm very confident in my trading, and so even with like NQ and ES, like on a 50K account, I'll trade a full contract. I really don't recommend that for the average person, but if you want to do it properly, you should be using like 2 to 3% max of your $2,000 drawdown for your risk. So you generally want to be trading MES or ME or MNQ. But so that's what you should be doing. Yeah, Toby was going off, David Ryan. I don't know what his issue is. Yeah, 5%'s not terrible, but really 2 to 3%. Yeah, Almighty Beard Man. I love Shorty's charts are always so clean, and I'm kind of jealous. Yep, that's good advice from Dominic. Lock your risk settings. Yeah. Scott Dog. I think it's just so you guys can't see it. I have a window here, and I have a window over here. And the window over here, I have a bench like in front of the window, and it's out to the street in front of my house. And so he'll jump up there, and like if somebody drives by or walks by, he'll start barking at them. It's one of his little hobbies. But generally, because I live in like a gated community, it's generally pretty quiet. But I think there was like a delivery man or something, and that's why he was going nuts. Raven, the dog was not trying to get my attention. He's barking at the delivery driver. Yeah. Oh, nice, Brandon. 180 puts. Nice. Sorry, you guys are like chatting it up today. Jason Kim, you can just DM me. I don't have a Discord. My mentor does. His Discord is not cheap, but like Oliver was saying, it's worth its money in gold, basically. That's the link to his Discord. You can find me in there. But yeah, you can just message me through Discord without joining anybody's Discord. You could also just email me. Like my email's on my YouTube channel. Just make sure that you...
I'm already in the Discord. I just wanted to ask a question on YouTube instead. I wasn't sure if I can turn my mic on, so...
Yeah, no, you can ask your question right now. Like, you don't have to wait or anything.
Oh, no. The Discord I was asking for was for Dominic. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to, talk to him.
Oh, I see. Stuff. At Dominic Clark. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. I'm so confused. Yeah. Okay.
No,
I got it now. Okay, Oliver, that's a bummer. But there's also like a backstory to that. Oliver passed his first eval, and then his very first trade on the on his new funded account, he asked his wife to move his stop loss, and she accidentally closed it, and so he didn't have a stop loss. Trade went against him, and hit his max daily drawdown of $1,000, and then liquidated his account. So, or liquidated that trade, I should say. So the account got off to a bad start. Okay, let's finish charting up SPY. I need to leave in about 30 minutes here, so... Or actually, we already charted SPY. This is what I'm looking for tomorrow on SPY. I think all in all, like, we're going to see more downside. You know, like, if you look at the bigger picture, we're talking about, you know, now losing this 2024 value area high level being important, retesting it, and then we'll start, you know, targeting lower and lower. If we do lose this and retest it, 80% chance that we go to 480.65, the 2024 value area low. Obviously, you know, it's going to be, it's not going to be a quick move down unless some crazy news happens, but that is possible. Yeah, I mean, we just should get a slow, you know, grind down with some pullbacks here and there. I think tomorrow is probably going to be a pullback day. But even so, if we pull back, you know, to this 569 level, I think that'll be a good place to get inputs. But again, like I said, I'm going to do my best tomorrow to just like call things out live. I think tomorrow is going to be an important day where you need to be deadly with your levels, because it's probably going to be a pretty choppy day. Probably not going to be the best day for like newer traders to trade, because I don't think we're going to get big quick moves. So you're going to need to be accurate with your entries and your exits. Sorry. And then tomorrow, I think, is the day that we need to switch to our June contracts for futures. Sorry, I'm trying to look something up here really quick. What news are we waiting for? I think it's CPI. Yeah, so Wednesday is when we're finally going to get a big move with CPI. And then Thursday we have PPI, which is going to give us a big move in unemployment claims. So tomorrow is probably going to be pretty slow, pretty choppy, pretty boring day. Not going to be the best day to trade. No, I don't think they're going to want to clean up the poor high. It's way too high up. I think that's too much of a retracement. Especially, I mean, like if we had a poor high here, then that would make that feasible. But right now we have single prints at the top. I think they're going to want to reject from there. Yeah. Marshall, what do you mean by what do you do in the eval? I think what you're asking, so like if you're trading with a prop firm, basically they make you pass an evaluation, and I can't give you specifics because all of the different prop firms are going to have different requirements for passing. And then not only will they have different requirements, but they have different sized accounts, and every account size has a different requirement. But for like basically like an average, like if you go with Top Step 50K account, you have to make $3,000 to pass the eval. One period tomorrow, you got to be deadly accurate with your entries and your exits is what it is. But I'll be live, you know, I'll be live in the morning, assuming I get enough rest. If I'm not live in the morning, it's because I was chasing my wife around the bedroom. But I should be on live. in the morning, and I'm joking about that, but I should be live tomorrow. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be. And then, like I said, I'll do my best to call things out. You know, in Shorty's Discord, I'll do my best to type things out in Keenan's. And then, oh, I want to look at, oh, shoot, we're already selling. Crazy. So I might be wrong about tomorrow. Futures are already selling off. Right now, ES is at 555-ish. Yeah, we're already down back at the single prints. Really? It looks like we're lower, but... Oh, it's close. I can see it. Okay. And now we just, like, sold off a little bit to where we're probably below these single prints. So right now they're targeting September value area low. I don't even know if I have that on my ES chart. Yeah, I don't have anything that far back. I guess I need to start charting those levels. And actually, like, that's good information too for people. Let me go over here. So oh, that's not what I'm charting. You know, like a lot of times when I'm charting, like a new clean chart, I only worry about charting stuff where, you know, like we're currently trading. So like right now, well, yeah, I do have September. But like if I go to the 4-hour chart, turn on PVP, and then go to monthly. So like now that we're down here, I would want to make sure I have my August levels, September levels, July levels, June levels, so on and so forth. You know, and if we come down here, then I want to make sure I have my May levels, April, so on and so forth. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I just realized I think the last thing I want to do is look at the options contracts for tomorrow. And I was also explaining this to Oliver. Oh, wait, that's not where I'm trying to go. There we go. Oh, this is still way off. We'll have to see how it looks in the morning. Generally, like the second Tuesday of the month is when you want to switch from one contract to the new contract. Right now, it's definitely not it. Our volume is 84,000 on the March contracts and 6K on the June contracts. This is only really an issue for people that trade with live accounts, like with cash accounts. If you're trading on a prop firm, you can trade either contract. It doesn't matter because, you know, like when you're trading with live cash, you need a buyer or a seller. Like if you're buying, you need somebody to sell to you. And if you're selling, you need somebody to buy from you. If there's less volume, you're more likely to have way wider spreads. But if you're on a prop firm, you don't need a buyer or a seller. All they care about is that you're hitting the price levels, and since it's all simulated, like they'll just assume there was a buyer or there was a seller, right? So this really only applies to people trading cash accounts, but if you are trading a prop firm, like you still want to kind of, you know, switch at the right time as well. Get in the habit of doing that. Yeah. Almighty Beardman. So I've kind of talked about this before. Um, I live in Southern California. Um, it's a single, like, in my household, we're on a single income, right? So I work as a respiratory therapist. I day trade. I do YouTube. I barely generate any money from YouTube. But, like, I think most people that live in Southern California know that, like, single income in Southern California is not the easiest thing to pull off. So, the money that I make from trading, like, generally just is always going to covering bills, or putting a little bit into savings, you know. But I don't. I guess the thing is like I never have a bunch of money to like open a bunch of accounts, if that makes sense. Um, and so yeah, I'm just. I mean, eventually I need to do it. Eventually I need to. I guess put my money where my mouth is, you know, and get like 20 accounts on Apex and run it up to like, you know, 1.5 million and then cash out. I'll do it eventually, but right now, you know, just with whatever, with bills, with life, whatever, you know, like as an example, I'm about to spend like 20,000, I think, on my house. I'm getting a new air conditioner, furnace, putting a new gate on my, you know, on the side of my house. Right now I have like an old wooden fence and it's basically falling apart. So I'm having like a metal fence put or a metal gate put in. Um, I'm also painting the whole interior of my house, and when I say I'm paying somebody to do it because I'm not doing that shit myself. Um, and then also getting like a new water heater put in, and yada 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 yada. So yeah, basically as soon as I can withdraw money, I just take it out because I always have stuff that I need to spend money on, basically. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, one day I need to run an account up and just, you know, uh, pad the bank account, set myself up really well for retirement. I mean, factually, like I'm already set up well for retirement. When I say this, it's not bragging, but this is like should be kind of goals for people. Not necessarily what I'm doing, but you should have like your long-term portfolio. If you're learning how to trade and you're not comfortable, then start DCAing into stocks or buying ETFs or mutual funds or whatever else. You can never go wrong. But build up a long-term portfolio. And, you know, like I'm constantly talking to my 10-year-old about this. Like, I always give him ideas like, dude, like start selling beef jerky. Like we make beef jerky at home. And every time anybody ever tastes it, they're like, this is the best beef jerky I've ever had in my life. And I tell him, I'm like, you can go to the grocery store and buy like a whole 14-pound brisket for like $70. From that, you can probably make like $400 worth of beef jerky. Slice it, marinate it, dry it out, put it into, you know, like we have the vacuum sealer. Throw it in the vacuum sealer, vacuum seal the bags, sell them for 15, $20 a pop. And, you know, you just took your $70 investment and turn it into 4 bills. Then take, you know, that $70, buy another brisket, whatever supplies you need, and take the rest, let's just say $300, and put it into the market. And I'm telling him, I'm like, if you do that right now, by the time you're like 40, you will have so much money, you won't even know what to do with it. So that's kind of how I talk to my son, me as a person. So, I guess this is like, I don't want to act like it's just me. When I met my wife, she has a house in China paid for, right? So, now between the two of us, we have that. I have a house in the south of France paid for. We have a house in Southern California not paid for. And then of course I have like my long-term investment account. Um, and then not something I ever really want to think about or talk about, or not talk about, but just not think about. But like, I think between those things alone, like we're kind of set for our retirement. But on top of that, um, when the time comes, eventually, like I'll get like a decent inheritance from my parents. Sorry, I'm like getting choked up even talking about it because um, that's obviously not something that I'm striving for. But and it's also not something I'm relying on. I've made sure that I'm setting myself up for my future, but just kind of inevitably, um, you know, it's there kind of thing. I haven't looked at Bros. I mean, I would assume they got clapped, right? Oh wow, it went to 87. That's insane. We were buying Bros like I don't remember exactly where, but somewhere down in here. Actually, maybe even lower. I think it was like 36. I think this is more accurate. Like somewhere down in here, we were buying it, and it shot up to 87. Man, you gotta love it. I hadn't even looked at it. That's crazy. What about pizza? Because it was doing really good. Yeah, this went to like, I don't remember. We were buying here, and it shot up to like almost 60. Yeah, 61. Crazy. Yeah. Good stuff. Somebody asked me to look at Nvidia, I think, and I don't think there's a reason to look at Nvidia right now. And when I say that, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's all just kind of the same. Um, so this was an important level here, and we've lost it. Next, they need to hold this, basically the Psych 100 level. Let's look at the clouds and see what they say. Now I feel like I should have drawn levels and then opened the clouds because this is cheating. I think these are going to be like the next kind of significant levels. And then depending on how crazy you want to get. Basically, this would be beautiful if we got it. Just depending on what happens with the economy, like this is doable. But we could also bounce, at any of these levels that I've drawn out. Let's look at our clouds. Okay, so I'm a little bit off on the bottom here, at least as far as the closed monthly bottom is concerned. That would be 57. And kind of on, if we went to the bottom of the monthly cloud, it's at 45. Yeah, I like everything else I drew, though. You could put a line here based on visible range volume profile. You got a couple small shelves, through here on the way down, but there's not very much structurally, from here to here. So I just think, you know, like if you're bullish, this is not the time, but it's also not the time to be like super bearish, if that makes sense. Right now, we just have to kind of see where things go because SPY is just at like a very key pivotal level where, you know, this morning or today, late this afternoon, lost the 2024 value area high and then bounced back inside. This could be very bullish, but then again, things on futures are not looking bullish. And if we open below the 2024 value area value area high, we could be very well targeting 480. So, and again, I talked about this earlier. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, 480 would take a while, unless there's some crazy news or, you know, like we get a recession. So. Dominic, that's sick. You bought at 30 and sold at 80? Pff. And 70 shares? That's awesome. You're killing it. Yeah, Starbucks definitely good to short. Yeah, no worries, mind elevation. Yeah, people are a little bit too excited about Nvidia, you know. And just being realistic, like, yeah, they're a good company. But for a while there, they were way overvalued on their stock. Um, all right. It's actually like time for me to run. Um, Hopefully I answered everybody's questions. I was doing my best trying to read the chat and answer everybody's questions. I'm going to post this really quick before I forget. But so as always, let me see. As always, huge thank you to all the subscribers and everybody that chats. Really makes it, you know, fun and interesting to do these videos. Extra big thank you to the friends of the stream. And if you're new here, if you enjoy the content, I would really appreciate a sub. Basically, 5 days a week, like Sunday through Thursday, I try to go live. I go live pretty much 5 days a week religiously. Cover what I think might happen the next day on SPY. Give my levels, give my analysis. Try to talk about the overall big picture of the market, what's happening. And then generally a couple times a month we'll do videos on education, on teaching people how to trade. And then also, like on these daily lives, we always kind of end up talking about some kind of education to do with trading. So again, if you enjoy it, I would really appreciate a sub. We give everything away for free here. We're not, bogarting information or putting it behind a paywall. It's all here. No secrets. Raw and ugly. I guess that's one thing I will say about my YouTubes. Like I don't edit these. I say a lot. And if you don't like it, I am who I am unapologetically all the time. Yeah. Don't sugarcoat shit. Yeah. But if you're interested in learning and if you're interested in growing as a trader, this is definitely the place to be. You get the opportunity of learning directly from a market maker here in this YouTube, which is kind of unheard of. It's pretty amazing. So as always, much love, much respect, everybody. I hope you all crush it tomorrow. Like I said, should be live in Shorty's Discord, live trading, and I will do my best to call out levels as I see them in Keenan's Discord. Much love, much respect, everybody.